Jerusalem is perhaps the only city in the world that is considered historically and spiritually important to Jews, Christians, and Muslims alike. King David, the greatest of the ancient Israelite kings, captured Jerusalem about 1000 years before Christ and established the capital of his kingdom there. And that's where his son, King Solomon, built the first Jewish temple. And Jerusalem is where Jesus Christ was crucified, buried, and resurrected. Now for Muslims, Jerusalem is one of their three holiest places on earth. It is Jerusalem that Prophet Muhammad visited during his night journey and ascension. Here is what is interesting. Jerusalem has been fought over for centuries. Keep watching.
Jerusalem should ultimately form a shared capital between the Israeli and Palestinian states. That is, we continue to support a two-state solution. We recognise the importance of Jerusalem, and our position on that has not changed.
About 2 years after the Second World War, Israel needed to re-establish, but Jerusalem was imperative and became subject of conflict in the region. United Nations proposed to make Jerusalem international city to be controlled by neither Palestine nor the Jews, but United Nations, and proposed to make both Palestine and the Jews two independent states. This led to civil war between the Jews and the Arab communities of Palestine, thus the 1948 Palestine War, which lasted for 5.5 months. The Jews, having won the war, declared the establishment of the State of Israel on 14 May 1948, and the war started again, this time with the Arab state armies involved over the control of Palestine. The aftermath: 1949 Armistice Agreement between Israel and neighboring Egypt, Jordan, Lebanon, and Syria. The war ended. Israel controlled over 78% of the territory, including West Jerusalem. But East Jerusalem, which includes Jerusalem's Old City and some of the holiest sites of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, such as the Temple Mount, Western Wall, Church of the Holy Sepulchre, Dome of the Rock, and the Al-Aqsa Mosque, were occupied by Jordan. The Third Arab-Israeli War, known as the Six-Day War, started on June 5, 1967. Israel launched a series of preemptive airstrikes against Egyptian airfields, taking the Egyptians by surprise, after an announcement from Egyptian President Gamal Abdel Nasser and his mobilization of Egyptian military along Egyptian border with Israel. Nearly the entire Egyptian Air Force was destroyed, with a few Israeli losses. Israel pursued Egypt, conquered Sinai, seized control of the peninsula and Gaza Strip. After a while, Jordan and Syria responded, but Israel counterattacked, thereby seized control of the West Bank and East Jerusalem from Jordan, and the Golan Heights from Syria. The war lasted for 6 days. However, in 1978, Israel returned Sinai to Egypt. In 1980, Israel declared a complete and united Jerusalem as the capital of Israel, known as the 1980 Jerusalem Law Proclamation. November 8, 1995, the Jerusalem Embassy Act was passed by the United States. The act recognized Jerusalem as the capital of the State of Israel and called for undivided city of Jerusalem. Its purpose was to relocate the embassy of the United States in Israel from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. However, since the passage of this law in 1995, no president of the United States has implemented it, until 6th December 2017. President Donald Trump recognized Jerusalem as Israel's capital and ordered the planning of the relocation of the embassy.
We will move the American embassy to the eternal capital of the Jewish people, Jerusalem.
7 decades after the return of the Jews, re-acknowledgement of Jerusalem as the capital of Israel is officially triggered.
Jerusalem has been the Jewish capital for 3,000 years. It was never and will never be the capital of anyone else.
But why has Jerusalem been a site of conflict over the years? You will find out in the next video. Meanwhile, feel free to share your thoughts by commenting below, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done that yet. Thank you for watching.